Good afternoon, sixth grade parents and students. I am Casey Sullivan. I am the lead history teacher over at Charlie McKenzie, and I just wanted to go over a few of the courses offered on campus for seventh grade and eighth grade. So we're going to start with seventh grade Texas history. The purpose of seventh grade social studies class at Charlie McKenzie is to develop skills necessary for academic success through the medium of the Texas History TEKS-based curriculum. Texas history students study the history of Texas from early times to the present. Students examine the full scope of Texas history, including the cultures of Native Americans living in Texas prior to European exploration, and the eras of mission building, colonization, revolution, republic, and statehood. Students will also be able to explain the influence of the U.S. Constitution and the Texas Constitution and examine the rights of Texas citizens. Primary, secondary sources will be used in order to examine the rich and the culturally diverse background in Texas. So when students come to Texas history class in seventh grade, the units we study start with the geography of Texas. We go into the age of contact with those native Texan tribes. We look at the Spanish colonial period, the Mexican national era, and then we go into the Texas Revolution about halfway in the school year. After that, it goes into the Texas Republic when Texas gets annexed by the United States, and it goes all the way in to the Civil War and into modern day Texas history. Our eighth grade curriculum goes into U.S. history. So in eighth grade, they take the first half of U.S. history, which is everything from European exploration to the end of the Civil War. So eighth grade U.S. history students study the history of the United States from the early colonial period through Reconstruction, and the content builds upon that from fifth grade. Provides a little bit more depth, a little bit more breadth of what's going on in early American history than fifth grade, obviously, but they get the second half of U.S. history in high school in 11th grade. Historical content focuses on the political, economic, and social events and issues related to the colonial and revolutionary eras and the creation and the ratification of the Constitution. So it's the early challenges of the early American presidents, Washington through Monroe, the challenges domestically, foreign, and it goes into the early republic, westward expansion of the country, early sectionalism of North and South states in the country, and lastly, the Civil War and Reconstruction. The years of study are roughly the 1500s until 1877 in U.S. history. Both courses offer on-level and advanced options. The general difference between on-level and advanced is the depth of discussion a lot of the time, and also there tends to be more writing activities in advanced classes for those advanced students. There sometimes tends to be more choice when it comes to student assignments as well, but overall just the depth of conversation and the breadth of the events and the individuals that we study can be a little bit more student-led in those advanced classes at a little bit more challenging pace than the on-level course. If you have any questions about either of those courses, seventh grade or eighth grade, you can email me at caseysullivan@mansfieldisd.org. And I hope to see you seventh graders next year. Thank you.